does TKS stand for?
Okay, so a long time ago when ranked teams existed.
Oh my god, yes, I remember that.
And me and my friends started it, and it's supposed to stand for Team Kill Steal.
Oh, I see.
I thought I was really clever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey man, it is clever, right? Maybe.
Maybe? No, not really.
Maybe,
Anyway,
kind of.
but I got a bunch of my friends to change all of their names to also be TKS,
Hey,
whatever. And then
matching, baby.
one by one went back.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
Well, at least you still remember, right? Never forget. Anyway, so you were saying you were hoping to be master/play collegiate in the fall.
Yes.
What school are you playing for or trying to play for?
The University of Wisconsin, Madison.
University of Wisconsin. How good are they?
Yeah. I was looking into their team. They don't seem like they're like super good. I don't really know how to gauge collegiate players because I haven't looked into them a ton.
Usually it's solo queue.
But they were like, most of them were like.
I demand tribute.
Thanks for looking at my senpai
The people that played last year. I just joined their
StarCraft
Discord
tonight.
server a couple days ago. So.
I see. All right, then. Actually, yeah. Let's go over like, how long you've been playing. What do you think you need to work on? Champion pool, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So I've been playing since the end of season 3, and I've pretty much gone up a tier each year.
Pretty insane.
Yeah. So it was bronze, silver, gold, and then plat, and now diamond.
That's very nice.
This year, and I've pretty much, as you know, I've messaged you a little bit about champion pool, and I finally decided that I wanted to play like 1 or 2 people, and I wanted to just play people that I thought were good, and also I really liked playing. And so I've picked Caitlyn. So
very nice. So
I'm essentially
Caitlyn, huh?
I'm basically one-tricking Caitlyn now. Is the idea?
Okay. That's good. It's always good to have to deepen your understanding of the game through one champion. So let's take a look then. Which of these do you want to see?
Yeah. Let's go right in order.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And what's on your mind today for League? Like, what do you think you're going to be working on / major concerns?
I think sometimes I just get really confused about like what I need to work on because I'll feel like I just suck at everything, and don't understand why I'm even this rank. But especially in this game, I felt really confused about what I was supposed to be doing in lane.
Well, what do you think? Let's hypothesize here.
So, and I was, oops, I just hold on, I just hit the wrong button. There we go. Like what I should be doing in this lane.
Yeah, let's just back it up to champ select. Boom, right here.
I mean, I feel like most of the time on Caitlyn, I have lane pressure, just because she's such high range, and I feel like Lulu does more damage than Janna's going to actually do.
So like let's kind of like try to what's it called? God, what's the word for it? Like structure. Like let's structure it. So let's say 2v2. What do you want to do? And then wave management. What do you want to do? That's like two good key areas to figure out. Let's say like 2v2. How do you 2v2 interact?
Like what am I looking to do when I'm 2v2?
Yeah. So like have you seen my videos on YouTube?
Yes, mostly.
So have you seen the one where I like categorize supports or whatever? That you could use that.
No.
Oh, okay. So I mean, yeah, I could go over that. So let's say what is Lulu good at doing? So usually we start with the supports because they're the strength in the lane.
Okay, yeah, I guess this is actually kind of, I think what I'm missing laning is like A, wave management and like what I should be doing with waves, and B, just like knowing what my goal is in lane.
Right.
I feel like I just go into each game kind of blind and then
you just do whatever happens. Yeah, that's how I used to play.
Yeah, you'll notice that Afromu is my support.
Right.
And like for half the lane, I realized when I watched this game again, he was like trying to drag me into doing the right thing, and I was just like, nope, I'm not doing it because I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah.
Right. So usually, what will tell you what to do with the lane? What you're supposed to do with the wave is dependent on how this 2v2 happens, right?
Okay.
And also the junglers. Okay. So we'll first start with the supports here, right? So what is Lulu good at doing? How does Lulu win lane? When you see Lulu, You get PTSD from something. What is it?
Well, I guess what jumps to mind is her just basically running at me and EQing and
Okay, so what is that called?
trading.
She wants to trade. Yeah, Hella wants to trade.
Okay.
You cannot miss her E and Q, right? And
Sure.
she can even shield her ADC. She can E the enemy ADC. She can even shield herself, right? So her trade is good. What else can she do? So primarily, she likes to trade. What else can she do?
Maybe like peel with her. I mean, what
Peel
is
is
it?
like she can
Armor.
peel for sure, right? She has like ulti and stuff. That's like what's it called? It's not really like a 2v2
Lane.
interaction. You don't see Lulu
Secondary?
win lane by
Oh,
peel.
sure.
Yeah.
that was more of it.
Like secondary, let me give you a hint. Like you see this with Twitch driven Kog'Maw Lulu. Oh, sorry, not Lulu. Twitch driven Kog'Maw, right? Kaisa. What are these champions? What can they do with Lulu? So let me give you like some categories here. There's like poke, like Janna, for example, W spam, or Xerath or Zyra, right? So how do we define
Sure.
poke? Someone who can hit you without being able to be responded back. You literally can't do anything about it if you get hit.
Sure.
Right? You can't hit them back. Trade is like they hit you, you can hit back, even if it's not good. So Lulu can trade with Kaisa, but it's not poke because Kaisa can theoretically hit back.
Sure.
Right? Catch is like skill shot CC. So the classic Blitzcrank, Thresh,
Okay.
Zyra can be considered catch, right? Skill shot CC, and it's not committed, right? And all in is like we're throwing all our chips on the table, right? We're going all in, we're gonna kill someone, right? Or we're gonna get something off this. You're committed. It's
Okay.
commitment, right? So out of these things, Lulu can trade and do what else?
Well, she can poke a little bit.
Tiny bit, right, with her
Right,
Q,
but
but that
not
doesn't
a
really,
ton.
yeah, she's not gonna win lane off
Um,
that, right?
Yeah, and I guess you could say she can go all in if she like dumps her stuff on her.
Right. Why is it
Yeah,
all in,
right.
even though her CC is not really like great? Why can
Because,
she all
like,
in? Let's say compared to Nami.
Sure.
Why is Lulu's all in better?
I feel like such a moron right now. Actually, it's hilarious.
Go through like the abilities. Let's say Nami's Q. How good is that for all in? Nami's bubble.
Sorry. Good.
Is it?
Well, not. I mean, it's not like as good as like a Nautilus hook. Or
What's the
something
difference?
I mean, I guess okay. If she just bubbles somebody, she's not really like it CCs them, but she's not really in position to follow up on it.
Well, if you
Like
bubble someone,
yourself.
that's like really good, right? Well, how likely is it that you can bubble someone in an all in? We're like committed. We're using everything here. Let's
Sure.
say you have a Nami, and Nami's gonna bubble Kai'Sa. What is Kai'Sa gonna do in an all in?
Oh, she's gonna not get hit by the bubble.
100% of the time she's gonna
Sure.
flash. So
Okay.
impossible to land, right? So think about that context.
Sure,
Why can Lulu all in here?
because she can't miss her stuff.
Legit cannot miss, right? It's all point and click. So
We
really
figured it out.
obnoxious, right? So yeah, so that's kind of another thing she can do. So okay, let's take a look at the lane again. So what can Janna do?
Annoyingly, like walk up in W.
So there's some kind of poke, or you
Yeah,
can consider that trade, I guess, right? Because you can hit back.
Yeah,
And
she
she can
can.
shield, right?
Yeah,
What about Janna's all in?
not great.
Is it? What do you think?
I mean, I guess like I wouldn't categorize her as like a great all-in support, just because she has to land a tornado really to actually.
Primarily she can't, but can she though?
Yeah, if she lands a tornado,
Yeah, I would say she could, right?
if
Yeah,
like,
and
if she
it's-
lands one of those speedy tornadoes from off the screen.
Right. So whose all in is better out of these? If you put them together, put the ADCs together now. Lulu's all in might be better, but which ADC is better?
Well,
All in.
I think Kai'Sa probably is better like all in, just because
Oh
she
yeah,
can ult
for sure, dude. Right? Well, without ulti.
without ulti.
Yeah, without ulti.
She's still probably. I mean, just because she has the like her. She just has more burst.
Well, how do we determine all in? Like, how do we determine how good someone's all in is? Sure, damage potential, but
Like
remember our
ability.
discussion about Nami?
You have to actually hit them.
Can you hit everything? All right, so Caitlyn is what's wrong with this?
You can miss everything.
It's all skill shots, and this is press the attack with Kai'Sa passive and isolated Q. You can't miss the Q, right? So okay, that's how you know that the all-in is really consistent, right? So okay, so what does that tell you about the lane? What do you want to do?
I mean, not get hit by Janna Tornado and let Afro poke. Well, I guess he doesn't. Well, I mean, we probably want to trade, but not all in.
Yeah, exactly. Boom. You want to trade, but not all in, and they want to trade, and they want to all in, right? So whose trade is better?
Ours.
Why is that?
Because we can't miss, really. I mean, well, Lulu can't miss, and I'm longer range.
You might have like you have bigger range. You could say with headshots it's better. You could say like Lulu shield, whatever. For whatever reason, if you think you want to trade, then you should go trade, which is exactly what you're doing here, right? You're trading super hard. So what's happening to the lane?
It's like the creeps or the just lane in
general?
No,
like who's winning right now?
We are.
So you're utilizing your lane matchup. What you think is, or what your champions are strong at, you're doing the exact thing.
Okay.
And you're winning super hard, right? That's exactly what you're looking out for. And then then you can go into wave management, right? So like quick overview is like, what is the best place for the wave to be for your lane based off what we talked about, right? And just like an easy thing to note is that if they have some kind of trade. If they have a trade or poke or whatever, you want to push them in, right? Is a general rule of thumb. So it's exactly what you guys are doing. You're pushing them in, right?
Is that just to like keep them pressured?
Well, how can they poke you or trade if they're under tower, right? Is the idea.
Yeah, they can't. They're just like they're stuck there and they're
yeah, exactly. But let's say they want to all in and it's past level 6 with one item. Everyone has an item. What happens if you push? You gotta be careful because they're gonna try and all in you, right? They're gonna try and run you down the lane.
Sure, because we can't. We're so far away from our tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, you see how this works? It's based off what you're strong at and based off what they're strong at. Come up with a theory in terms of where you want the wave to be, and you test it.
Okay.
Right.
Let's say interesting. Like I just haven't really ever thought about this, even though I know that like I kind of should.
Yeah, because in NA doesn't. It's no one really knows how to lane here, right? So if you ever go to Korea, the only reason why I know about this is because I lost lane like 20 times in a row in Korea. Okay. It was open mid. So I had to lane 20 times in a row for like a whole day before I figured something out. This is what I came up with. So it's not like a complete like super guide to laning phase. This is what I came up with in what I've been using since. So this works pretty much against everyone that isn't LCS. And against LCS players, you have to figure out something else on top of that. But for the most part, this is pretty good, I would say. So this system is not bad at all. But it's kind of like, how can you systemically create an idea of what you're supposed to do every lane phase? Doesn't matter what the champions are. That's like the important part, is that literally doesn't matter what the champions are. You just categorize them and then play off that, right? So back in the days where it was like AP bot lane, it didn't matter, right? I was like, oh, Cassiopeia's all in, right? Or Veigar is catch, right? So it's all kind of like categorizing and being super fluid with what these champions can do. And when champions get changed, it doesn't matter either. You're just like, oh, okay, maybe their category changes, right? So when Janna went from her W got buffed and her shield got nerfed, you're like, oh, she can trade better, or she can poke better, I guess. And then trade is weaker because your shield's weaker, right? You see how that works, right? So don't worry, it's just kind of, if it's less about memorizing what you're supposed to do based on certain interactions and just you put these champions together. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Right?
Okay.
And play around. So you guys are doing exactly what you wanted, right? You're gonna try and push under tower. You're gonna try and trade with Lulu shield, and you can even say Caitlyn can poke with headshot and Q, right? So you guys pushing is really good. So very nice. And if you do push, you have to watch out for Olaf ganks, right? So you have to say how strong is Olaf gank. So you guys are doing basically perfect so far, and that's why you guys are smashing them. It's really good. And what do they want to do? They want to do the exact same thing. They want to push you guys in, right? Yeah. If you watch, you can tell who knows how to lane, who doesn't know how to lane by what they're trying to do in the first few stages of the game, right? Do they know what their lane wants? So just push, no problem. If you want to trade with them, use headshot, right? Very nice. Yeah, nice try Kai'Sa with the W, but that ain't it, right? Fast forward. Let's keep going. I want to see some PvP interactions here.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Yeah. What's up?
Is the Discord like? I feel like the screen share is really laggy.
Okay. Let me see if we can try and fix this. Or? Yeah, I think Discord's been having problems. What is this? Is this better?
Hold on.
Laggy as in frame rate, or
Yeah, the frame rate is really low. Like it's just
Yeah, this is the best Discord can do. Feels bad.
Okay.
It's 60 frames, unfortunately.
it's your stream is clear. Like if I, have
I
your stream
know,
open in another
dude.
tab.
I mean, you can watch on stream if you want to, if it will help your eyes.
Let me
and
see.
I'll
Let me
just-
see how different it is.
Okay.
55. Oh, I can't see what time it is. Hold on. Okay, let's keep going. It's still like it's seeable. I was just wondering if there was like.
Okay. Yeah.
issue
No,
with it.
there's not much I can do here.
Okay, no,
Feels bad.
it's all good. Don't worry about
All
it.
right. So let's talk about this though. This is good to talk about.
Okay.
What do you think? Based on what we talked about today, why did you lose this? And I want you to remember that winning and losing in lane, it's like based off matchup is decisive. It's very one-sided. It's not like you lost by like 50 health. It's like you got dumpstered, right? Either they get dumpstered like in the first 5 minutes you saw, or you get dumpstered, right? So here you got dunzoned, right? You lost like 400 health, and she lost like 200 health. So we really lost this trade. So what do you think happened?
Can you roll it one more time while I?
Yeah. This will give you an insight in terms of how what these champions want to do, right?
Well, I walked like into the creep wave and into her isolated Q.
Okay,
And
isolated. So what's the most important part about this?
like just the like idea wise, or why we like ability wise.
The reasons you're coming up with. You said medium wave. You said isolated Q. You can even say W, right?
Yeah, which okay, and I almost get hit by Janet Tornado.
Right. So what was the
Also-
most important out of all these?
Probably I feel like the Q, but it's did she actually hit? Hold on.
Right. You got hit by isolated Q essentially, right?
Yeah, and her
And-
autos, and I think Janet W'd.
Right. And what do you have to trade with? Just Lulu shield, right?
Yeah,
So what
and my
happens?
autos.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so what happens if that's all you have?
Just don't trade.
Oh,
And-
does it don't trade, or when can Caitlyn trade?
Well, I mean, I guess like just don't trade in that way is what I was
Okay.
getting at. Maybe just don't walk into the creep wave to try to hit him.
Well, why do you say creep wave, right? Because watch the creeps here. How much damage do they do to you?
Not a ton actually.
It did 0 damage, right?
Yeah, they didn't really
it did
have-
like 12 damage or 14 damage, or yeah. So it didn't do any damage, right? So
Okay.
it's really important to identify what exactly is the problem, right?
Okay.
Because if you're saying it's creep damage but it's not creep damage, that might
Sure,
influence your thinking next time, right? But there is something to do with the creeps here. What is it?
They're blocking my they're blocking my Q if I was gonna ever shoot it, or my
Right.
E.
Right? So
They've
if-
kind of taken away most of my kit.
yeah, exactly. So what does that tell you about Caitlyn's trading now?
Don't trade in a creep wave. Like
It's not strong. Yeah. You can't trade in a creep wave, and also you can miss, right? So you see, like this champion, can she miss her trades?
no.
So
I mean,
who's
she
trading
can
is
miss her
better?
W, but she can't miss her Q.
In terms of ADCs, whose trading is better?
Hers.
Yeah, unless you can land EQ. So yours is very conditional, right? You see how this
Okay.
works, right? So very much, it'll tell you what you want to do or what you don't want to do, right?
Okay.
So you
and
want
then-
just like short headshot shenanigans, and she
Yeah.
wants to hit you with Q and W somehow, right?
And then the fact that Lulu can trade doesn't matter because she's standing at tower.
Right, but no, well, Janet can trade too, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you just did that, but you had a shield and she didn't. That would be even, if not winning for you guys.
Sure.
right? But she also got a shield, so
So
no
it feels
problem there. Yeah, exactly. Or maybe if she had won that, you could say that, oh, Kai'Sa's isolated Q and her W is stronger than Lulu's shield, right? So you can come up with these kinds of ideas too. So, feels bad. But you kind of lost a lot of health off that unfortunate trade. Oh my god, this is a flash. Oh, you need to leave, my dude. You did not want an EQ combo. Okay, let's talk about this. So this is good to talk about. This happens a lot with the Diamond 2, Diamond 1 Master range, right?
Okay.
So what do you think is there's a few things going on here, but what do you think is a problem? What do you think are some main problems?
The thing I thought about, like at the time, I remember this game when I died, was that I just didn't see Annie until she was like right on top. Until I just wasn't looking at the map. There, and then I get hit with a Giant Tornado and just dunzoed.
Sure. And is there anything else you could do better here? Let's talk about Ideal wise. So let's say she shows up and you had no idea. Sometimes it's gonna happen, right? What should you do?
Just
If we freeze frame.
like right now.
Yeah.
Do I just well, I can probably just flash E out.
Okay, and then let's say it's too late because you're like too surprised. Okay, what do you do from here?
Yeah, that's what happened. From right there.
Well, like here, after all this is happening, what are you gonna do after you get stunned? What's your ideal play?
Like net the. I can't really net the Annie because the bear's in the way, but like net the Annie and then flash away.
Okay, right. We're just gonna try and run, right?
Yeah. Do
Is the
I
idea.
stun myself trying to Q?
Watch. I want you to watch this because this is very much a classic mistake, right? It's like the thing you're trying to do doesn't make sense in terms of what you think is good, right? Because what you think is good is, oh, you just need to run here. Right? If you get away from this is good. Yeah, but here you're like trying to do damage or something, right? So you're like, oh, we got hit by an extra hit here, right?
Yeah.
Feels bad. You know, is this Kai'Sa's passive or what? You proc the passive, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
attack.
yeah, exactly. So it's very much what are you trying to do? Also, you could say like, oh, you shouldn't have taken so much damage earlier. It wouldn't have let the gank happen, right? But yeah, there are a few things you could say about that. You could say map awareness is relevant. You could say taking the trade earlier is relevant because you lost all your health. You could say the thing you wanted to do, you stopped to like do damage or something because that's your instinct.
Yep.
Right.
I think also I was kind of like, oh, I can EQ. It doesn't like by queuing because I'm doing it like the EQ, fancy. It doesn't like stop me at all.
Yeah, but then it does stop you, right?
It does, yeah. and I turn around and headshot him.
Yeah, every little bit helps, right? And it's like, oh, maybe if you were super out, you could go for some damage, right? Or if you think you have kill potential, you can go for some damage. But that wasn't what you're thinking, right? You're thinking, no, I need to get out, and then you're also instinctively did EQ, right? That's a common problem with these at this level of play is the thing you wanted to do, you weren't doing it, right? And something distracted you, some other instinct distracted you, right?
Sure.
So you can say hard commit or slash hard hyper focus on that thing you think is good or the thing you're supposed to do right now, right?
Yeah, because I think that would then override because like some of this I think is just even unconscious of like, oh, I hit the E, I'm gonna turn around and headshot him. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly. Every time you hit the net, you want it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. You want to make sure
just kill yourself.
Make sure you accomplish that objective that you wanted, which is get out before you do anything else, right? So this guy's just dying because his support is trolling. Very nice. Good. That was a good follow-up. I like the auto cancel. And then you take tower. Very nice. And then you can push this. Oh! You didn't want to push this? Okay, maybe you guys want dragon really fast. That's fine. Sure. We're going mid here. Okay, you have Infinity Edge, so this is fine.
Yeah, one thing I've been working on really, really hard recently is after watching your stuff is only recalling like when I have an item. Yeah,
you don't want to waste time, right? Yeah.
There's been a lot of times I've been like, I have 1,500 gold in a BF sword and I'm 80% health and I'm just recalling. And I'm like, wait,
hold on, wait a minute, what am I buying here? Yeah.
Hold on.
Hold up. What's going on here? That was really good. I hope you win this game because they were super inting there. There's no way these guys should win. Okay,
check the title, but it's a struggle.
Okay, good. Jesus Christ. Oh, he wants to push because he saw Olaf top. So he thinks he can 2v2. We're going to push him in. It's actually
did we see Olaf? Oh, he's top.
He did see Olaf.
That's what he's trying to do here.
You see how he pinged because he saw Olaf? Pack it up here.
Yeah, back that up a second.
So every time you see some important information on the map, you can make a decision off that, right? So he's going to ping when he probably sees like the enemy millionaire or something, right? So he's like, okay, I see Annie. Okay, let's just push bot, right? Something like that, right? Or maybe he even saw Jenna.
Yeah, pretty much instantly.
Yeah, so he's like setting up to make sure Annie doesn't roam, and then we're gonna try and 2v2, stick to the 2v2 down here. Oh, he saw Jenna too. So he's like, oh, okay, now it's 2v1 over here. You guys I don't know what you guys are doing here, but you should try and hit her, right? Maybe you think she's gonna walk past? There's no way. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but you guys should probably try and poke her under tower if you wanted something.
Oh, yeah, because their whole team's top lane.
Alright, that's a good try. That was a good try. You are trying to do something. Sure. You can get this and run. Sure. Let's get the hell out of here. You probably want to stay a wave. Good. Definitely take another wave because there's nothing stopping you. Okay, and then we go home. Very nice.
I think probably 3 weeks ago I would have just recalled and not taken.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely want to stay another wave, right? So okay, and then we want to go mid here. Where are you going? Okay, good. I was like, you do not want to go by here. Sure. Everything's been pretty good after the Annie gank, right? Honestly, the lane, there wasn't even a laning phase, to be honest. It was just you guys pushed, and then you got ganked, and then they inted. So that was about it, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a massive fiddle ulti.
Yeah,
let's talk about
I
this.
entered so hard.
Yeah, so what's going on here?
Hold on. I was just watching on the stream. Let's check it out.
What do you think?
Okay.
It's also a classic problem at this.
Really?
this
Okay. So we kill the Aatrox.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I think I might even say this. I completely did not comprehend that Annie was there at all.
Mm-hmm. So what distracted you from? Okay, so how would you fix this? What's the problem? You didn't know Annie was coming, right?
Yeah, I was like, I guess in my head, I was like, we kill the Aatrox. Okay, Janna and Kai'Sa and maybe Olaf are walking over here. I'm probably fine to stay here because I won't get blown up. And then Annie was there.
So here's what are some solutions? What do you think?
I mean,
okay, so let's say the problem is you don't know that they're coming, right?
Sure.
And why didn't you know? What's the trigger? Okay, well,
we killed Aatrox.
Okay, what were you doing in the moment? Isn't that you killed him? It's that you're. What are you thinking here?
Well, we kill him, and now I'm like, oh, we can keep fighting.
Well, hold on. When did you want to know Annie was coming? Like, what was the best time? Ideally.
Probably right now.
Yeah, right now, right?
Really?
So
Okay.
you haven't killed him yet. So that's not the trigger. What's the trigger? The thing that actually made you forget to look at the map, or the place where we want to insert this idea, where you need to know Annie's here or Annie's coming.
Right when we started fighting.
Right. So what's this
Sure.
trigger called? I guess. What can you call this? You could use what you just said. What was it? When you start fighting, right?
Okay.
Right when you start fighting, you can even say like maybe we're trying to follow up on a play or something. But
sure.
Right when you start fighting, you can insert this new habit here. What's this new habit? Look at the map, right?
Look at the map, and it's actually so obvious right now that Annie's going to be here in 10 seconds if I just look at the map.
And this is why it's a common problem, is because people at this rank, what they see here is, oh, this is a free kill. That's it. From start to finish, from when they go for the free kill to when the free kill ends, that's all they think about. This is a free kill, right?
Sure.
I'm just gonna kill this guy, and then you watch yourself, and you're like, oh, fancy, that's cool, a headshot, and then you're like, okay, let's resume playing the game.
And I looked at the map right now. Where you
yeah, exactly.
And there's no Annie on the map. And I was
exactly,
like, oh, Annie's not there. I don't know where she is. Let's just go kill ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Your time to think is already passed, right? You see how that works? Where this takes zero concentration.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
To kill this Aatrox.
Aatrox, really.
Exactly. That's actually a more advanced topic. Is when you right click him, what you will do is actually go look at what else is going on in the team fight or on the rest of the map. Because after there's nothing this man can do. So go pay attention to something else.
I think I was also probably really proud of myself for blast cutting him right to the fiddlesticks. I was like, ooh, that was so cool. Let's go.
that was the good part. And then it's like, once there's no more brain power needed for this, go use it for something productive, right?
Okay.
So this is really common. Is the instant something happens, the first thing you can do is look at the map. And this will stick. This is a habit that'll stick with you no matter how good you are, right? Okay. Because you need to have pretty much you want to be permanently aware of everything in the whole game. Of course, that's kind of impossible, right? But you want to get as close to that as possible.
That's the idea.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is nothing will ever surprise you ever again, right? The only reason you died to this Annie is because she surprised you, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Same to how she showed up bot, right? And how come these guys are dying? Is because this fiddlestick surprised them, right?
Yep.
So as long as you have perfect information, most players are good to go, right? You're not gonna screw up because you miss your right clicks or you don't know how to land your skill shots or whatever. You're gonna screw up because they did something you didn't expect. Right, it becomes an information game when you get to this. The reason why people are like, once you get to this level of gameplay, you can start playing the game is because Now it's like you know the usual correct responses to like when people do stuff, right? Like let's say for example, you're getting a gank. Of course, you don't turn around and try and fight it. You're trying to run, unless you can kill someone, right?
Yep.
Where in the lower elo, they're like, oh, let's try and kill this guy or something. I don't know. So you can actually start playing the game now. So instant something happens, you look at the map, and I'll tell you what to do, right? That would tell you what you're supposed to do, or at least you'll have enough information. So Afro's trolling here. This is kind of awkward.
Yeah, that happened. I was like,
Afro, no! He tried to go by himself, so that's not good. Goes bad. There's a little greedy for wards there. Oh, you want to run here. There's no way you kill that Kaisa, right? Unless she runs it down. Oh, feels bad. You're actually dying here. So yeah, what do you think? How did I know you were dying there? Before it even happened.
Like you always do. I mean, I feel like it's at least somewhat an extension of what happened earlier. I just was trying to not run, and I'm just gonna get run down by the Olaf in the end.
Right. So here's like a good way to put this. All right. So when you get information, another good habit is, what am I supposed to do right now?
Okay.
What do you think the correct move is? So when you see this man just died. What's the correct move for your team?
Not fight.
Yeah, not fight. Wait until he spawns, right? And you keep that in your head the whole time. So if they're running it down, go for it, kill them. But if they're not running it down, you need to run, right? So if you look at this, you know, you're like, oh, okay, if he steps on the trap, I can kill this guy, right? You're looking for it. It's not possible, right? So because you've had this idea in your head, when you get the hell out of here because it's 4v5 and our support's there, we're supposed to wait until he spawns. You would have just straight up ran. Yes. What are you trying to do? You're trying to trap. You're trying to auto him. You're like trying to do something, and then you just die, right? Because that wasn't what you were thinking, right? You were thinking, "Oh, I'm just trying to hit the closest guy here," but you didn't realize this. You have a man disadvantage here. Now they're just killing everyone. It feels bad, right? Even if Urgot kills people, it wasn't worth, right? Or if Fiddle kills people, these are the people on your team that you don't need to get kills, right? Like the guys who got kills on their team, they were the important players. The Kaisa, the Annie, right? They're the people who are gonna carry. But your Fiddlesticks, a very high variance, right? Yeah, it's kind of we're losing a lot off that essentially, right? You lost your towers, your team lost the fight, we lost control over the map. It's just disaster everywhere. So that's kind of those are the kind of things that you can easily fix in or easily influence.
Okay.
Right. It just basically started with us dying somehow, right? Wow, nice catch by the Fiddlesticks. Maybe this Fiddlesticks will carry. Holy shit. Wow, and then we got Baron control off that. Yikes. Yeah, basically the game at this level is, or at any level in solo queue, is just who's inting harder, right? Essentially.
It's true though, yeah.
Okay, we push, we got 2 items, very nice. Kinda need pink words, but
I'm terrible at buying pink words.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that later. Okay, this is kinda awkward. Let's back it up. How did this happen here?
What do I have to do? Hold on. Did Efra die again? Okay.
Yeah, he got caught here.
That happened, okay.
Feels bad, man. You don't need to check Baron because they're not on it, right? Unless people think they were getting blast coned over.
Yeah. But we definitely know they're not doing it. Really, we don't think they're doing it, I think.
You guys need to just run. Oh, you guys are all dead here. Yeah, there's no way to save this, right? Legit. Oh, maybe Fiddlesticks can save it. That was actually an insane ulti. You guys can actually win now. Very nice. If you play this like a monster, you can win this. Save your EQ combo. Oh my god, use it on Tibbers. It's donezo.
Yeah, I hit the bear.
Okay, we can talk about this. This is just mechanics at this point, but we're gonna talk about this 3v5 here. That was a sick Fiddlesticks ulti.
Yeah.
That was a great trap, great headshot on Olaf, right? So what do you think went wrong here then?
I mean, I eat a bear, which is obviously not ideal.
Well, what are you gonna do instead?
Not eat the bear. Like just mechanically, actually like win this fight.
Yeah. I say your life depends on winning this fight, and you can go back in time and play it over and over again. What do you think is the winning move, winning solution here? I mean, I know because I play like a million games of Caitlyn, but
yeah. I mean, do I shoot the Kaisa? Or
How do you hit Kaisa? Aren't you just gonna die?
was she not? I feel like was she not in range? Hold on. Oh no, she's not. Okay.
Think in terms of what am I supposed to do here?
Okay. I mean,
Back it up. Let's back it up.
yeah.
This is a 3v5. What are you guys supposed to do here?
Run. Well,
Okay.
like, kite back.
Kite until you see some massive turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we see some massive turn. We come back. Okay, now what do we do? What are we supposed to do here?
Hold on. I'm on the wrong tab again. On that, in this freeze frame.
What's our default? It's always kite, right?
Yeah, and hit the person in front of you.
Okay, so let's keep watching. On Caitlyn, how do you kite?
I mean, it's like attack moving, just generally on AD carry. But
Right, right.
can you like weave in traps through autos?
Okay, where are we putting those?
Well, I was putting them on right on the Olaf was the idea. But
Alright, check it out.
yeah, hold on. Yep.
Will this ever work?
Probably not. No, it's gonna
Based
run
on
around
where
him.
you're running, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna work, right? So where
No.
where should we set up?
Like
You're
on
right,
top.
it should be near a wall. Which wall?
Well, can I just stick them on top of myself too?
Yeah, right
As I
here, right?
Run in the bush.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. This is pretty good. If you think you can draw them all the way here, yeah, that's really good too, right? What's
and
the
then, like stick them to the wall, like toward my base, and then run that way instead of where I did go.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing: is why weren't you doing that? What were you thinking of doing here?
I mean, maybe not consciously, but like getting out / just like getting away. And so I was just trying to get as far away from it as I could.
All right, we were focused on doing what the whole time?
Auto attacking, or
Well, yeah, like trying to hit the closest guy, right? To what end? You're trying to win this fight. This is 3v5, right?
yeah,
What are you supposed to do here? We're trying to kite until we can find our massive turn, right? So if
Okay.
you're like if you're fighting here, you have no massive turn yet, then you just automatically lost because you have less people, right?
sure. And right now
So-
it's a 3v1.
What's your massive turn on Caitlyn? It's your net or it's what?
The stepping on a trap.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you manipulate
Okay.
this? Oh, we got to set up, draw them in, and then
See.
we can EQ combo or something crazy if they try and walk around it, right? You put 2 traps here and he walks around, that's the freest E of your life, right? So, but the thing is that
I
you're
see.
just trying to. This is like Caitlyn specific stuff, right? But in general,
Yeah.
you know, how do we come to this conclusion? Oh, this is still 3v5. We still need to kite somehow. We can't just play it normally. If this is 5v5 and you're hitting the closest guy, totally fine.
Okay.
Right? But you're at a super massive disadvantage, right? So you need to find a way to make up for that disadvantage. That's kind of like comes from here at the start of the fight. This is 3v5. Right?
Yeah.
But this
And
is kind of
then-
like a
And then I kind of just end up running, not playing around high percentage traps, and he just kind of runs me down.
right. It's like you can't do anything, right? If you don't play around your headshot, trap, or net, you literally can't do anything on this champion, right?
Yep.
So you didn't have either of those 3 things, unfortunately. So yeah, there's nothing to do there. Maybe if you're like headshot, you could net forward and headshot crit the Kaiser or something, but you just had no options
Sure.
there without trap or net, right?
Okay.
And you could say like 40% crit is not good enough. Or is it 50%?
50.
I think it's 50%, yeah.
Yeah. Just
So that's probably not good enough to go for, unfortunately. Although it would be spicy. It would be a hella highlight play if you got that headshot crit somehow by netting forward. Okay, we're starting this because we have mana advantage, right? We just need to make sure that their jungle doesn't come in. All right, let's talk about this. This is going to be very similar to the Aatrox example. If in terms of what we're supposed to be thinking of. What do you think?
what am I thinking of right now? I'm just hitting the Baron.
Okay, what should you be thinking of?
Not hitting the Baron. They're where they are. Like, what's gonna kill me?
What's the goal of this Baron? Or sorry, how are they going to stop you? I think we should start from there.
How are they gonna stop us doing the Baron?
Yeah, how are they gonna beat this play?
They're just gonna like engage on us, or the Annie's gonna like Annie will go in, or who's their jungler?
Okay, number one way,
Olaf.
the most common way. Olaf does what?
He's gonna maybe blast counter flash in and steal it.
Yes, he's gonna try and steal it. So number one is prevent the steal. Okay, the other one you said was engage, right? So
Yeah.
you said Annie, so we're gonna look for Annie. And then what's the other one? The other most common one.
Like is the Kaisa just gonna like go in on me?
Oh wow, she could,
I
right?
mean-
that's probably third
Seen it
after
before.
Annie. Yeah, I've seen it before too.
Who else is on there?
This is super common with Baron. Baron happens. Someone uses this summoner.
Teleport?
Yes. So where's this Ajax teleporting?
Oh, he's Batlane.
So you see how you can like structure these fights and to make sure that you have like a checklist of everything essentially. That's what these habits are for.
Sure.
To make sure you're actively making sure nothing goes wrong. It's like, oh, he's gonna blast cone, he can flash over, we're gonna try and kill him. And then where's the Aatrox teleporting to? And then Annie's flashing on me or something like that, right? And these are the kinds of things you can think of, you know, while you're hitting the Baron, because you know how much brain power does this take to right click the Baron?
0.
Yeah, exactly. So you should be paying attention to the rest of this, right? So you see how like, oh, it's the Annie, and then oh, what's going on with Aatrox, right? Oh, he's teleporting, right? So it's like kind of literally everything we were going over, right? So nothing really should surprise you. You've seen this hundreds of times, if not thousands, right? So it's just how do we make sure we're covering it all, right?
Yeah, I just didn't remember that. I guess that I'd seen it hundreds of times when I was doing it. Right.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, exactly.
Because then
You
I'm
see,
like,
like,
oh,
that
he's teleporting,
TP?
I'm doomed. But
Yeah,
I
how do you
could've,
beat this TP?
like right even in this frame already?
Or just like in general? Yeah, when you notice he's teleporting, you can beat it in a few ways, but
I mean, if I'm next to it, I can just trap the ward, but we're not. in this
right.
Situation.
Let's say you're not next to it. Let's say you're like here, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could trap around the wall where he's gonna come over the wall.
Exactly. You just boom, boom, and then like last one here or some shit, right? And how can he get to you, right? No problem. And then Annie walks up, you headshot critter, or a heal or net or whatever you did, right? Totally fine.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like the thing is you'll never put these traps down if you're not thinking about this kind of stuff, right? So this stuff comes first. That's why there's less of a focus on mechanics, is because it's not that you can't put traps down. Of course you can put trap down and weave it between auto attacks and EQ. It's that you need to kind of figure out these ideas first so you can get to that conclusion. Where do we put these traps, right? Oh god, you guys actually lost. Not like this. So yeah, let's say this is not a Baron fight. Let's say this is a regular fight, right? Everything applies except for the Olaf steal.
Okay. Sure.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's essentially a Baron fight is the same thing with just smite ideas. The regular team fight is just smite ideas, okay? So that's kind of how you can approach it too. Is treat it like a regular team fight.
Okay.
Let's
Just
keep going.
with the steal idea.
Yeah, with the steal
Okay.
and or we have turn because they really want to stop the Baron, right? It's
Okay.
a debate. Oh, you need to run. This is doomed, right? Oh, maybe Fiddle is trying to save this. Ah, this ulti doesn't work, right? Oh my god, maybe it does work. I think it did work. That was good. I thought Olaf was gonna block, but that's okay. Okay, let's talk about this. So remember our whole idea of like idea and traps and stuff. So how do we know this trap doesn't make sense?
Which one? The one over the wall or that
Yeah.
one? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Draw it for me. Well, he's never gonna step on it
Why is that?
'cause he's not going that way.
Okay, true. What is the goal here? What are you guys trying to do?
Get out.
Right? We're trying to kite,
Yeah.
right? And
Just
where do we
3v3
put
it.
traps for that?
On ourselves / defensively.
Right, like on the wall here, on this side, which you do eventually, right? You see how like
Yeah.
the first thing you did was like kind of panic trap there, and then
Yep.
it was like, oh,
Oh,
this
yeah.
doesn't make sense, right? Remember, along the lines of what you think you should be doing right now, right? So like if you see
Sure.
this, what's the default when you see something like this?
Something like
We said it a
Like-
lot
like-
earlier.
the Ajax going at me.
Just like, yeah, like in general, like what you're doing right now is the default, right? We should kite, right?
Yeah, we want to just kite back.
Default is always kiting, essentially.
Yep.
You kite
Yeah.
until it's omega free, and then you can turn around. But
Sure.
yeah, we just always need to permanently kite, right? And then you can say like, you know, it's actually 4v5 because Zergrat's not here. But
Yeah.
Sure. And we're looking for Baron. Baron control. All I'm still gonna steal. You guys have no damage without Earth Dragon, so you can't do it. Fine. Let's go do red. Let's go buy our Zeo item. Oh, QSS.
I
Oh,
always
not
like
get
QSS. I love QSS. I don't know why I never use it. It just makes me happy, I guess.
I
think
yeah,
it's
I didn't know about
like-
the QSS here, but
The theory, like, I mean, obviously it's probably not the right theory, but in my head is like, oh, the only way I'm gonna die, because that's what sticks in my head, is that I'm gonna get blown up by Annie. And if I have a QSS, that's not gonna happen, even though it tends to still happen anyway. Like, how do you feel about kind of more generally like defensive items
They're good,
on
but
Kate? And
if
like
you can't
when
kill
you would,
people, then you have a problem,
okay,
right? And you can kill a backline, but you can't kill their front line reliably yet, right? You need a
okay,
Zeal item. So
yeah,
you probably need to finish a Zeal item before you can get the QSS, right? The defensive is like a luxury, right?
okay.
So, oh, feels bad. This man is dying. He's dying too fast. You're getting blown up. You need E over the wall. Okay. Oh my God, Fiddle OP. You can actually flash and go for a headshot. Oh, very nice. Okay, good. Sure. Just hitting something. That's fine. We need to cut it out. Oh, that's what feels bad.
Yeah, I got pulled back in.
What do you think about this section?
I'm watching it on your stream, so it's a little smoother. Well, I kind of just ran back in after we're not supposed to be fighting by myself.
Let's say you want to debate them into chasing. What could help here?
If I just
How do you make sure they can't turn around? Like,
I mean, I could like eat earlier, or. I mean, I feel like what I did, that he's always just gonna just punch at me.
is something specific in your kit that will help with this?
Really?
It's Caitlyn specific, right?
Maybe. I mean, like are the traps actually gonna help me here?
Right. Why? How do the traps help you here?
Well, like if I just trap right now for like where my mouse is, or a little bit more left, does that actually? Like, is that gonna save me?
If you trap these as you're approaching, how can they turn around, right? Like here, he would have been trapped.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
For example. And Kai's gonna step on a trap because he's trying to follow up, right? So it's like if you want to try and get them to turn around, make sure it's always make sure you're safe first.
Okay.
Right? So you need to put these traps down first. And then it's like, oh, you could say like, oh, unlucky because Aatrox thing, which is, fairly true, but this is also a kind of 3v4, right? So you guys are losing this unless you have, remember, how do we win 3v4s?
You'd have to have something, but I don't remember exactly what you termed it as, but something big has to happen for you.
Yeah, something insane. Maybe some kind of turn. You can call it whatever you want, like one shot, turn, massive value.
If he had it or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So for Caitlyn, they need to step on these traps, or you're never gonna win this, right?
Sure.
Even if they get even if you get like a Lux binding, it's probably not good enough unless you can combo a trap, right? So a lot of these ideas are turning into like, what are you trying to do, and how do you do it? Right?
Sure.
And then it's basically we lost like 5 fights in a row, unfortunately. That's usually that's like kind of where the fun in the league comes from. I think like PvE and like all that like rotations and stuff. I think the fighting is the most fun part about league. So if there's fun stuff to work on, I think this is it. So
yeah.
Let me see
also,
if I can.
I'd have my Zeal item now too, if I didn't have QSS.
Yeah, true that. And you didn't get to use QSS at all, right?
No, of course
like,
not. It's useless.
Just stay away from Annie. I think the Annie burst is gonna kill you rather than the stun, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying earlier. Is having the QSS is not gonna save me from Annie. Really.
Right.
I'm just gonna get blown up.
Okay, very nice. We need to cut harder. Good. Everything is good. Oh, we're chasing, so we need to take it slow. Oh, free trap, right? Let's go. Slam dunk contest. What do you got for me? It's okay. I thought you were gonna style on him.
I didn't win.
Dude, always go for the BM, Okay, maybe that's not the right mentality, but it's always fun. I thought we were gonna do some like some fun shit there, but it's probably best to not do anything and just right click, huh? Okay, and then take red. Oh, okay, let's watch this.
Oh, this is interesting.
Okay, Urga needs help. We can definitely help this.
Yeah.
This is easy clap. Just remember Annie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting Kai'Sa. You're dead as hell if you isolate yourself. Oh, don't come back unless there's no stack on you. Okay. Woo! Yeah, you actually should have died there. Oh, you are dead here. Oh, no. Oh, we got him! Let's go, baby! He fucking face take a trap. Okay, let's watch this, though. Let's take a look at this section again. I can't believe she didn't just straight ult to you. Even if she didn't kill you, that was like 1,000,000 damage.
Yeah, random question that I've been wondering about Kaisa for a while because I can't ever seem to figure it out even when I'm playing her. Like, do you need vision to ult?
Yeah,
Because
why?
I think W grants you
Yeah,
vision.
she can see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Her stacks give vision.
Do her stacks give vision? That's what I was wondering.
If a teammate's, if her teammate puts a stack on you, she can see you, right?
Okay, because that didn't impact my thinking like in that game. I was just curious looking at it again. Yeah.
Let's talk about this though, because this is pretty important. This section here. In this fight. What do you think? What do you think was the kind of big problem here?
That I did?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as you said, I isolate myself against guys who can just press R on me. And I kind of just walk back into Aatrox.
Okay, so why did you walk into Aatrox? What do you think? What happened here? You remember what you're doing? I can see it.
Well, I felt it was just. I think I felt it was just free, and I was just gonna go kill everyone. But I'm trying.
What are you trying to do here?
Right. Well, my mouse is on Kaisa at least for a while.
Okay, so yeah, what are you trying to do?
RFC her.
You're trying to hit her, right? So
Yeah.
how do you see there's like a common problem we're seeing here with you're trying to chase someone or trying to hit someone, but what's gonna happen? They're gonna turn around.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you prevent them from turning around?
Well, I mean, you can do stuff with your traps. You can not get destroyed by
Right.
Aatrox.
Where do we put these traps?
In front of her.
Yeah. Well, in front of her. Who are you preventing here?
Well, like I was just thinking the specific like 1v1 interaction between that, but I could trap around like the wall corner where Aatrox is gonna run around the
Just
corner.
prevent them from getting on you is the idea.
Sure.
Right, and that's how then you can approach. Right, you need to make sure you're safe before you approach because this keeps happening essentially. I can't believe you survived here. This Kaisa fucked it up so bad. Right, where did she ulti?
I think she ulted like right on my face.
Yeah,
like,
where should she have ultied?
Behind me or like to the side.
This is an easy one shot.
Like that.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
She's just
here,
gonna press Q and I'm gonna die instantly.
Yeah, that's why I was like, there's no way this guy should win this game because he's actually just hinting. Okay,
Yeah.
but okay. Yeah, definitely, be careful about your approach, right? You died to pretty much everything in the game as ADC. So how do you cover your approach? You can trap on Caitlyn specifically. Well, if you only play Caitlyn, then we just care about that, right? You just trap your approach, right?
Okay.
Let me see if we have some, I think I have some team fights I can show you that might help a lot. But pretty much it's coming down to, this whole game is just coming down to how are we playing out fights, right? Or what are we thinking about in these fights? So. So like if the whole approaching thing, if you want to walk up and hit someone, the easy habit is put traps down next to the wall between you guys or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Put traps down essentially. So that if they bum rush you, you're good to go. You're covered.
Sure.
That's like an easy habit to pick up on. And then other habits are like something happens, look at the map, right? The instant a fight breaks out, look at the map was a big one. Instant Baron happens, you can look at the map too, right? Okay, fast forward. I just want to see some more fights because that's all this game is apparently.
Yep.
D2, interesting. Honestly, it's the same in Masters, GM. It's all the same, dude. Unfortunately, it's all gonna be like this. Or fortunately.
I think maybe Fiddle whiffs this all. I don't remember. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to go in on here. Yeah, you see what happened here, right?
Yeah, I got a lot.
If you're insta dead here, why is that?
Because
who's missing that you didn't account for before you walked up?
Olaf.
Olaf's not a threat anymore, right? We'll say. Well, he could be, but he's less of a threat.
Watch the next 10 seconds. But I don't know. I don't know where Annie is either.
Annie, right? And what happens if you get stunned?
I'm be gone.
Well, in this case specifically.
Like if Annie pops into the bush and stuns me.
Yeah, in this game, who can follow up on stun always?
Kaisa.
Yeah, so that's like a Kaisa specific thing you have to watch out for. She can always ulti in after stun, right? So. You actually die here. Holy fuck. He does so much damage. Oh no, you're good. Okay, let's run. Oh my god! He fucking missed! What the hell, dude? Look at this.
Does he miss his bear? Oh yeah, he does.
Oh my god, dude. Trolling! Well, you guys got away with it. But yeah. So, same habit, right? Exact same habit. Fight breaks out like this. What's the first thing you do?
look at the map, find the people.
Yeah. Look at the map, find the people, and if you're not sure, how do you increase your safety?
Kite, well, not even necessarily kite, just like wait/walk backward.
Right, and
Just
how do you
chill.
use traps to increase your safety?
Keep people from being able to just like run at you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Traps the spots where they're gonna bum rush you. Okay,
Okay.
that's it. All right, that's your default setting immediately. All right, that's your default. Right, and now like it might not have stopped him from running at you. What happens if you get a headshot crit on him? He dies right before he
Sure,
can kill you.
yeah.
So, and if you have lifesteal, then that's actually how you sustain back up. Is you headshot crit someone. So,
Sure,
is this Kaisa? No, they can't stop this, right?
Yeah, I think what most of them have been like, I don't really like, I'll trap, a little bit before fights, but like in the fights, it's just I just don't really, I'm not trapping to stop myself from getting killed, but I'm also just not really trapping in general in team fights a ton, which I should do more.
Think about like the purpose. Like, oh, what are we doing? If you want to chase, trap so they can't turn, right? And if you're kiting, trap so they can't chase, right?
Okay,
Is that how it works? And then you can always save enough for GA, Zanya, and CC follow up, right? So you know that one for sure.
Those ones I get. Those are easy.
Yeah. Olaf inting, nice. So we can go and see like here you're approaching, right? So my instinct would be, oh, we're trapping all our approach.
Okay.
So they can't do anything, right? So when you do approach, they can't stop you.
Okay.
Right? And if they get past the traps, then you net, and then they lose.
Sure, and that just kind of like guarantees that I can't die, even if it looks good. Like at the moment,
or
sure.
It should help, right? It might not guarantee it because, like, let's say they're just gonna turn around, send your ulti or some shit, right? You're like, oh, your traps didn't save you, obviously. But for these melee bruisers or ADCs or supports or anyone who's walking in these spots, it's definitely gonna beat that, right? So let's see if we can see some team fights to help you here. Here's a really good one. Caitlyn. Wow, I actually have some interesting stuff here. Okay, let's take a look.
I might just watch these on your stream a couple seconds delayed, just so I can see them smoothly.
Sure. Wow, this is a spicy team fight. So what do you think?
Hold on, I'm almost done. Mildly behind. I mean, you end up like staying safe. You don't commit until you don't really. I mean, you don't ever really hard commit.
Kind of like view it in the lens of what we talked about today.
Sure.
Right? Like if you want to approach, how do we stay safe, right? Oh, we gotta trap ourselves, or where am I flashing? Back to where my trap is, right? Okay, getting hit by the Nico is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But the rest of it all pretty much makes sense, right? In terms of what we discussed.
You're throwing the traps down. You can't really get. You're relatively safe.
Right, and remember, like
the whole time,
try and practice like the team fighting habits that we came up with too. The instant something happens, look at the team fight.
Okay, and count.
Right, and see what's going on. Right, that'll tell you how to play.
Okay.
Right, so you see, like, why did I put that trap there?
Hold on. What can you? Where's the trap? Oh,
this one, right?
In the bush, like right under the. Okay.
Right. Why did I put that there?
To avoid getting. I mean, so even if you move faster, then it gives you a place to fall back to.
Yeah, remember we're trapping our approach, right? We're using it to help our approach here. Like I want to approach, we want to chase them, but we can't let them turn around. Let's say Kiana goes over the wall. We need to bait her into the trap, right? But we don't have enough time to put it down, right? See these traps we're putting down here? It's all to cover the approach. So we're gonna approach them, but we need to make sure they can't turn around. Right?
Okay.
This is all Caitlyn specific stuff, but
yeah.
And then here they're just inting, right? And then somehow they step on a million traps. How did that happen? Did you see it?
Because they were.
Back it up. You see how it's like all the traps were for the approach. Every single one. You're not gonna trap. The only trap that you're gonna get is off combo, or you're gonna guard your approach so that when they try and approach you, they get trapped. Right? You're never gonna put it behind them. Actually, like never happens, right?
Okay.
if you think about it, right? So you're like, oh, okay, this one is so that they can't walk through.
Yep.
Right? And this one is so that she can walk through.
And
So
then they both step on.
yeah, if they do walk through, which is what they do, or they don't notice it, then they get dunzoed, right? So
Yeah.
it's all about the approach, right? So you need to cover your approach and save one for every CC. And that's kind of like a really easy way to make sure these fights don't go wrong.
If you have a really high CC team, like will you save almost all of your traps, or do
one
you...
for every CC your team has that you can follow up on. Right?
Okay.
That you can follow up on. So otherwise I'll put them down or save it for a net combo.
Yep.
Right. Oh, this is a what face team fight. I remember this. This is 4v5, right? Or man disadvantage. Oh
yeah,
god.
tested.
All right. So what was the massive mistake I made there?
Hold on.
Oh my god! I can't believe she saw that trap. Jesus Christ.
Okay, we're going in. Let's crank. You almost get killed by Italy.
What's the big problem? I think we saw it in your game too, kind of.
You're just not like accounting for other people? No, she's right there.
No, we know where everyone is.
Yeah,
We know
she's
this is
right
a 4v5, right?
Oh, it's just not, that's just not an Italy.
What's our playmaking? What are our playmaking abilities?
Your net?
Net
your,
and trap,
your,
right?
Your traps.
So traps are fine for the most part. I'm
Okay.
playing net.
Oh, you just net a creep.
Fucking netted a creep, dude. All right, so yeah,
That's bad.
if you want to observe your gameplay when team fights, it's these habits. Mechanically speaking, it's gonna be trap and net.
Okay.
But first is definitely cover up all your habits. Like I knew this Tristano was here. Like I'm not surprised. I caught it during the stream. Like okay, he's coming over. And then I fucking netted a creep because I wasn't paying attention. Right? I was like, oh, I'm just gonna net her in the face, and then obviously you know things went wrong. Okay, let's watch this. This is the same thing. We're trapping their approach, right?
Yep.
And we'll probably end on this this clip here, or go to last questions, right? So everything I want you to think of approach and trap their approach, trap every CC, right? Like TP and whatever.
Yep.
So that's kind of the way to go, and then the rest of it is nets and auto attacks, no problem. Q is rarely used correctly, I think.
Okay.
Like here, like follow up, max range follow up, I use Q there, right?
Yep.
Sure. I'm kind of running it down now. Tristana's running it down too. Oh my god, he flashed my net, but he flashed into a trap, so that's funny. And that was it, right? It's all making sure that you can't die when they turn around. That's the part you're missing when you're chasing.
Yep.
So like the decision to chase is not necessarily bad. I would do the same thing. You're just missing like preparing your trap in your net for when they do turn around. They're not gonna let you hit them, right?
Sure. Okay.
The other stuff you want to look at is there were the laning questions you had covered with the kind of categorization you can look up.
Yep.
Right. I have a video on that if you want to go more in depth into that, but kind of come up with like a theory of what you think you should do, and then go do it in game. And then if it didn't work, watch why. So you say, I think we should trade. And then you try to trade with Kaisen, you're like, holy shit, her isolated Q beats Lulu's shield or whatever, right? You can learn that way, right? Or you say, I want to trade here. And then you try it against Draven Thresh and you realize that trading against all-in is bad because they're going to turn it into an all-in, right?
Sure.
So something like that. But for the most part, all out of lane stuff, I think you should focus on. So when fight breaks out, you should check the map, right? That's a really good habit. Instant a fight breaks out, look at the map, right? And then anytime a situation happens, ask yourself, what am I supposed to do here? And that'll prevent you from sticking around and dying or something like that. Like when you're getting ganked, you like try to EQ her in the face or something instead of straight running. Or like in the mid game, Lulu got caught. What'd you try to do? It was like, oh, we try to fish for something which didn't work, which is fine. But then you kept trying to fight after that, right? Okay. What are you supposed to do? The instant something happens, it's what are you supposed to do? And look at the map, right? Okay. Don't worry about the initial fight because you following up is brainless. Okay, so make sure you know what you're supposed to do and you're looking at the map. Well, looking at the map comes first because then that'll tell you what to do, right?
Sure.
But kind of that kind of habit will definitely help you a lot. I don't care how long it takes you to figure it out, because the more you practice this, the faster you can do it, until you can do it in like half a second, right? So,
Okay.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Any?
I think it's just a lot of stuff that like I kind of was I've seen some of your other coaching stuff and I'm like aware of as existing. I just don't do it when I'm in game.
Right. You have to structure it somehow so it becomes a habit. Yeah.
Just
You have to kind of.
look at that box.
Yeah,
Right
exactly.
corner of the screen.
Remember, it's like you have to apply the habit to something you're already doing. That way, you will never forget.
Okay.
Right. So it's not like you're trying to hit people after the when you're chasing them. It's not like don't do that. It's like, oh, remember to trap your approach, because it's not necessarily a bad thing. Or when you're trying to help your teammates, that's not necessarily bad to help your teammates, right? But you also want to add something on top of that to make sure it doesn't go wrong, like making sure you know where any is, right?
Okay.
We're all thinking of this exact same things. I just have an extra step on top of that, or an extra 2 steps on top of that, right? So you're trying to build upon what you already do.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just need to think. Like, just do more thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
In general.
And try and like do one at a time, I guess, for now, because there's a lot of stuff going on. So for now, I'd say, actually, what do you think is the most important habit from today?
I mean, based on that game, I mean, I think I've done this, and I know from playing, more games than we've seen. Obviously, I do the like chase without like thinking about what's going to happen to me, and then I just get blown up.
Yeah. That one.
Like,
that
I
one
just overchase a lot because I'm trying to push for the maximum damage, and by doing that, I don't get maximum damage.
Yeah, exactly. So you could say like, hey, if you think that's a problem, then you say, when I'm trying to hit people, making sure I'm safe by putting these traps down first, right? Something like that. So.
Yeah, and to me that seems like something that I would want to work on, at least as one of the top things. That and looking at I need to look at the map more.
Right. So when you watch your replays, just ask yourself, am I working on the habit I was working on? Right. Okay. Don't worry about anything else. Let's say you're like worried about like following up, making sure all your nets hit or something. Don't try and like do both of those at the same time. Just who cares about the net stuff? Make sure that this stuff is fixed first, and then go back to the net thing or whatever else you're trying to look at. So,
okay,
sounds good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. I hope that helped. I guess definitely. Fellow Caitlyn main, hope you do well. Do me proud. And if you do have questions or you want to ask anything in general, let me know on Discord. I'm always around. So
I will. Okay.
Alrighty, good luck in your games.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
See ya.